There's an Arab in my desert.
Oh, that's filthy, bro. Wow. Dude, he has such a fucking nasty kind of style, bro. Like, so fresh. It's so fresh, and that's, like, the best part about it, you know? 'Cause beatbox's been around for a while now. It's been pretty, I wouldn't say mainstream, but, like, it's been in the public perception for a while. You know, a lot of new beatboxers have come onto the scene. People have been learning a lot of new stuff, but every once in a while, man, you got these people just kind of come in and just... that's what you get. And he's one of the most fresh people in the scene today, I think. His style, his like sound palette, the way he structures his beats, his combinations. Some stuff, you know, he does that we've heard from other people before. For the most part, like the encapsulation of his style overall is very unique and catered to himself. Like you don't really hear it the way he structures his beat and like his flows and whatnot. So almost kind of similar to what we hear from people like Osis as well. Osis has some more overlapping sounds, but his flow is very fresh and unique in itself as well. So I put ABO in that kind of category, right? Very unique and very fresh. Very successful run at the last Grand Beatbox Battle. Here, obviously, you see on the screen, made it to the small final battle for third place. So top 4 at the minimum for the GBB. So yeah, I loved everything about this wildcard for the exact reasons why I loved everything I heard from him in like the last year. I think like the biggest question for me was, you know, mostly everything we heard from him was online. So how would he kind of sound live? And I think that question has been answered for everybody who's been following the GBB. He's just as impressive, if not even more impressive in person than he is online. So he has like everything, really, I think. The only thing I would love to see from him more is kind of expanding his sound palette, because he takes what he does right now, does it very well, creates very unique and different kind of flows in each routine that he does. But if he expanded on that with more special sounds, which is probably going to happen, like, you know, that's just the evolution of beatboxing, you know, you improve as an artist over time, then he's just going to be like completely unstoppable, right? So this wildcard here, very reminiscent of what we heard from him very recently, don't get me wrong, but still very impressive, still very unique, still very fresh, because, you know, no one does it like him. So that's an absolute killer wildcard. What do you think, bro?
I mean, it's very like one thing I do worry about with Ice is that he won't expand.
Yeah.
And that because his style is so unique, he thinks, oh yeah, I'll stick to this. But I know as a beatboxer myself, that won't happen. He won't do that. His style is like, I don't know if you'll get this. His style's like a crispy Coke. You know, when you get the Coke with ice, and it's like the perfect Coke. Yeah. It's that. Yeah. I feel like it's just like his style is like a really ice cold fizzy drink, and it is refreshing. It's refreshing to hear. I've seen Wing versus Ice, and that's the only time where I've seen Ice, and I think, okay, his style is getting a little bit repetitive, because he only has so many combos and so many sounds, and the way that he uses the way that he tends to use them is pretty similar. But like in this wild card, I think he kept it fresh. He didn't even show anything new, but it felt like he did.
Yeah.
And just I'm lost for words. It's just I hope that the wow factor never leaves him. Of course, it will eventually, but I really hope that he keeps a fresh palette all the time. He's introducing something new every time, like Remix, like River, any of these people, and he's so quickly gone from who is this guy to world class, literally world class. He's top 4 in the world, GBB. But just yeah. He's so good. He's so good.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, you made a lot of good points there. I felt like exactly like you're saying. Like when I was watching his run at GBB, that is a worry, like a legitimate concern. I think from ABO is he going to evolve at what he does? Right, like he's so good at what he does now, but if he wants to keep himself on top, especially for the battle scene, he needs to evolve. But I think it's just a natural thing. Like everybody evolves. The only way you don't evolve is if you don't put in the effort to, right? So I feel like he has the hunger, he has a drive to improve. So I think he will expand naturally. And it'll be very interesting to see like what else he can come up with. And yeah, it is very odd, right? Like you can come in with a wild card like this, use the exact same sounds that you've been using for like the last year, but just make something completely new out of it, right? And just make it sound still so fresh and unique. And that's a talent, right? That's a massive talent in itself. So I think he has a very bright future in the battle scene in particular. Whether or not he gets through for this competition, I don't know, because I have not seen enough of them yet. First impression, I'm going to say yes, but who knows? Like a bunch of other ones could come out and absolutely blow my mind. Then I'd have to reevaluate. But yeah, as of right now, I think he's like 100% in as of today.
Yes. One thing about Ice that I will always like tell people, at GBB when I was there, he is one of the most driven people I've ever met. Like I don't know how to explain this, but you can literally see the motivation and passion in the way that he stands. In not even in battle, in normal backstage, it was like as we were coming into the venue, like because the venue's massive, you've got to go up lifts and everything, elevators.
Yeah.
And like he tapped me on the back. He was like, "You ready?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he said, "Be ready." And just the entire time, the day of battle, no, the day of eliminations. Because that was like pre-battles and pre-elimination. The day of the eliminations, he wouldn't talk to anyone that I saw anyway. Whenever he was around, like he was just deadpan, walking, very serious. He had a persona that he was going with, like a character, and it works so well for him in a battle. Like, have you seen River versus Ice?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Yeah, after. But
yeah. He has such a, like in that battle, you can see he needs to win.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, River has that same passion, but he displays it in a different way. River, it displays it in a more emotional way. In a sense that he's more, how do I word that?
More controlled, maybe.
Yes, he's more about like control. He's calm. He's, still very civil. Ice is just, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
And he needs to win. And he goes up and he shows that even if he doesn't win, he shows that he needs to, and he will. And in his head, he will. And even if he doesn't win, it doesn't matter, because that sort of motivation, that sort of passion will get him so far. It's already got him so far, and it'll get him further.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I was gonna mention that River Ice battle because I think that's exactly what we're getting at here. You can literally see the passion bleeding from him in every circumstance, right? And I think looking back at that now, after kind of briefly just talking about it here, it feels like he almost overwhelmed River to a sense, I think, where he actually had River kind of break out of his control a little bit, right? With like, the kind of touching, which,
definitely, yeah.
I thought it wasn't that big of a deal, but I can understand the reaction from River. But now looking back at it from this perspective, I feel like his energy was just so powerful, that it kind of got that emotional reaction out of River. So whether or not that's a good or bad thing, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. As long as you don't take it to that next step, right, where it gets disrespectful, I think it's completely fine. I really like to see that because, you know, it's really nice to have that kind of passion for something that you love, right? And the desire to win is very energetic, and you can really feel that. And I think it adds a lot to a performance aspect. So, yeah, I'd be really excited to see what Ice can kind of bring in the future. If he can kind of continue down this trend, assuming he gets through, which it would be very exciting to see him battle again. Because I think, honestly, when you think of like the battle scene, there's not like too many people who really have that like killer battle mentality left, really, honestly. I feel like the way that the beatboxing has been going has kind of been like performance aspect to the crowd rather than battling your opponent. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see kind of more of him because he has a very interesting dynamic that we don't really see much much at all, really, in the battle scene today. So yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Anything else to say, bro?
Just what you just said, like the fact that he's bringing this battle mentality that doesn't really exist anymore, puts him in a place where no one can touch him, because it's like even River. I keep comparing to River. I don't know why. Because River's just won GBB. That's why.
Yeah.
Spoiler. With River, there's still a this is my music. Also, I'm battling. Ice, it feels like his beatboxing feels violent.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and even in Wildcard format, you can see he's battling everyone else who is in the competition and who wants to be in GBB. It's so cool to see how driven he is. I'm repeating myself now, but he is so driven, and it's inspiring and motivates me. And I'm not even about that battle style, but it motivates me.
Yeah, for someone like me, bro, like I've been watching for a very, very long time. I kind of grew up in that era where this was a lot more prominent. And again, over the years, you kind of been seeing it fade away, where beatbox itself has been becoming more of an art form and more of a performance aspect to an audience. And the kind of battle aspect has been put on the back end. I think mainly because all we've really been getting for the majority part to kind of showcase like what you have is through battles. And there isn't very like enough area to kind of just showcase your music, if that makes sense. Everything is just kind of encapsulated in battle format. So whether or not that plays a factor, I don't know. But it's very refreshing to kind of see someone like Ice come back into the scene, bringing back pretty much what made me fall in love with beatbox battles, at least in a general sense. So yeah, I really miss that kind of style, and having him is like a breath of fresh air. I think not only from his way he performs, but also he has a very killer kind of style on top of it, which is just like the icing on the cake for me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything to be said. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed what you heard here, links in the description to the original video. You can go check it out. Go check out Ice as well. Links in the description to his channel. Go leave him a sub if you want to follow everything he's done and everything he has to do moving forward. If you want to support me, though, you can leave a like on this video. You can sub to my channel. Check out my Discord channel as well. Links in the description to that. And Deity, what's your socials?
Deity_tracks on Instagram. And all caps DE!TY for streaming platforms where you'll find my music.
All right, and other than that, we'll see you in the next Beatbox reaction video.